Hey, Packer fans, Coach Hahn here with you in the film room on behalf of Packernet.com, episode 3 of the 5 S's of the Packers pass protection and what makes them so effective in pass pro. This one is entitled Smarts because we're watching the intelligence of this guy along with the intelligence of all 5 offensive linemen. And then obviously you can't talk about offensive linemen in pass pro without also talking about the running backs. So we're going to take a look at the Saints game from week 3. This is an awesome clip. This is absolutely crazy. So what we're going to see here is a little bit of the cat and mouse game, or that chess match that occurs between the defense and the offense, and why you have to be so very intelligent, not only to play this position up here as the offensive lineman, but also why you have to know exactly what you're doing in the pass pro game as a quarterback. Otherwise, it's your tail that's going to get lit up. Okay, so the Saints, are going to show pressure. They've definitely got a pressure look coming here against Green Bay, and they're definitely showing 7. So at any point in time, they could possibly bring 7 in a rush or in a blitz. This is obviously a blitzing situation, and the Packers can protect 6 with what they have in there, or if they call max, where Jay Sternberger stays into max, which they will eventually do, they can get some 7-on-7 looks as well. So just some different ways to keep Rodgers clean in the pocket. Now, this is not a traditional look. We have a wide 9 defensive end, and then we have a 4-eye, which means he's on the inside shoulder of the tackle, 2 mugged linebackers, or 2 linebackers who are possibly showing blitz, another 4-eye over here, and another wide 7 this is because he's inside the tight end. And then we also have a safety drilled down into the box, looking like he could cause some pressure or possibly play some catch man from that alignment on the tight end. So what we're going to see here is the Saints line up and start to communicate, and then Rodgers going to survey it here. So as Rodgers surveys and he sees the protection, he's initially going to get into a slide to the heavy side. So that would be this side over here that he's going to slide to, and then he's going to send Aaron Jones over to pick up that D end should he come. But then Rodgers is also going to use a hard count right here. See this hard count? Even though they don't jump offside, the hard count is so very valuable, not just because sometimes you can get that free 5 yards, but instead, it's what he's doing is showing that that defensive end is going to wall number 3, or the third receiver over here. Packers are in a trips right look with Sternberger on the end here sealing that. So this defensive end actually isn't going to rush in this initial play. You can see his shoulders and his hips flip, and he's going to wall off number 3 from coming inside and then settle into that low hole. So Rodgers identifies that, and he sees, oh, okay, well, we don't have to slide that protection. We can stay in man. So he changes the protection and calls out the mic right there. But the Saints are smart too, okay? Defensive coordinators and defensive players are smart as well. They're coached and they're paid to play football. So they're going to go ahead and make a spin call where they're actually going to spin this blitz. They're going to bail this safety itself out, and they're going to spin another safety down in here. And they're essentially going to flip their blitz call. So from here, that defensive end is now going, and they're going to spin that safety and bring the initial high safety down. You'll see him on the top right of your screen come down. Now he's part of the pressure package as well. Rodgers sees this, identifies it, and goes right back to slide. While he's going back to slide protection, this is going to be a slide to the left, which will bring Aaron Jones over to pick up the first threat or the most dangerous man off the edge. Rodgers right here is also signaling, hey, keep that same route combo. It's going to work against this coverage that they're now in. That's what the hand up means. It means keep that same combo. So we're going to see a slide protection here. Now, it's not the big slide that we saw initially. Even though those steps are going into slide, we can see that this linebacker is bailing out, and this end is now that coverage or low hole end. Okay, remember how it used to be him walling number 3? Now this end is going to bail out into a zone look as well, which means Corey Linsley now can work backside, and Elgton Jenkins here, the left guard, he can also start by helping out the inside shade of Bakhtiari because that guy was in a 4-eye, and then he can go look for work right here. As he looks for work, I love linemen that look for work. He's going to pick up that long looper or that defensive end who's going to come way around, and Jones is going to slide to the backside and pick up the most dangerous man, in this case, that safety who had drilled down. So this is just another example of that cat and mouse game, or the wild intelligence that has to come from changing protections, making sure everybody's on the same page. A couple of different looks here shown, by the Saints, and the Packers are able to pick it up absolutely brilliantly because of all of the different checks that they make on the offensive line between Aaron Rodgers and these Green Bay Packers offensive linemen. So give me a guy who's smart at quarterback, who knows exactly what he needs to do in the pass pro game, and then give me a couple of dudes like this who want to go look for work in that pass pro game and start stunting some of these guys who want a long loop, and you're going to have a really, really good offensive line and a quarterback who gets to stay clean. So that's episode 3, where we take a look at some of the smarts and some of that cat and mouse game that's engaged on the line of scrimmage. Watch for episode 4, where we start to talk about speed, or how quickly you can get that ball out, whether it's a short, quick passing game or it's deep shots, and that also helps the offensive linemen. So episode 4 is going to be all about the speed of the release of Rodgers. Stay tuned for that. Again, this is Coach Hahn in the film room on behalf of Packernet.com.